There you go.
Are we ready for the ROI roundtable of the creator economy?
Yes.
Yes.
Totally.
Welcome, ladies. Really quickly introduce yourselves. Thank you so much for being on the stream.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, excited to be here. I'm Amanda Estevern. I'm founder of AG Advisors, and I sit on the board of NAFLE. We focus on financial literacy and inclusion.
And I'm Alejandra Rojas. I'm the founder of Brown Way to Money. It's a financial education cross media platform for women of color, and we focus on financial independence and literacy for women.
So why I'm really excited you guys are here. Obviously, you're subject matter experts in your field. You understand more than just what's going into a business, but also what needs to come out of it in order to be successful. Special though, focus on the creator themselves though too, because later we'll have probably a powwow of my own creator money strategizing. But money and ROI in the creator economy is different for an individual and creator and a brand. And I do want to start with the brand side of it first. So we had some really great social insights from the data report that Sprout put out. It showed that 92% of marketers say content creators outperforms the content that the brands post on their own accounts, and 83% directly link it to conversions. So why do you think so many brands are still measuring follower account, and what are the opportunities financially that they're missing by potentially just not investing in a different echelon of creators? At Cannes, we've been hearing that a lot. Stephen Bartlett, I heard him say the follower account is dead. So I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Amanda, would you like to start?
Yeah, no, it's funny. Thank you so much, Rita. I've been having a lot of conversations around the creator economy and the financial infrastructure around that. And, typical, if you think about enterprise or businesses or organizations, they really put together metrics that really drive the decisions on where to invest and, why. And so I think a lot of the follower counts is a outdated way to, make those types of decisions. We're seeing that a lot of the value is in the impressions, right? It's how the creator creates that impact. And of course, that's kind of hard to measure if you think about it. And so it's all around the data analytics and the importance of it, but it is outdated for right now. And it's time for us to go beyond the follower counts, because we know that that can be bot driven, especially when we have AI technology here. So can we really trust the follower count? In fact, what's your thoughts?
I think so brands are missing a lot of financial opportunity when they just go by one metric. We know that content creation, it's a long-term thing. It's engaging. And that's why content creators are booming right now, because we have taken the time. This is not something that you have built for a month or two. Some of us are being for 7 years in the game. So we're building the community. That's trust. That's resources that we have putting into the communities, that we are giving access to the brands, right?
Access. That's a really good metric, I think.
So that's when I think brands need to catch up. Like the conversation needs to move, like how many followers you have to, okay, how are we going to enter to your space so that we can make, achieve the goals that we have as a brands right now.
Yes. So talking about a little bit more about the influencer marketing industry, we saw that it was projected to hit $32.55 billion just in 2025. And in 2016, it was 1.7 billion. That is a massive growth spurt. And they're saying by 2027, Goldman Sachs said it could be up to $250 billion. And we just got started. Okay. So by 2027, as businesses and money creators, where do you see the real wealth being built in that strategy? And what does a sustainable creator business actually look like?
This is what I like. I like the latter part of your question. the creator economy, or the creators really need to look at themselves as small businesses, right? And or right, small businesses. So they need to assess their products, right? Individual products that they're offering, and making sure to track those individual product offerings. And I think that's where we're lacking, right? We're lacking the financial infrastructure to assess and track where is the impact in the output that these creators are creating. And so, there's subscription-based services. Sprouts, I believe, has an option for platform containment of some of this data, and that is where it's lacking. I see the creator economy similar to the sports economy, right? And that's taken a lot of time to build the infrastructure to be able to track where the impact is. And so, I really see it as you really have to think about each individual platform. You have your TikTok versus your Instagram versus your LinkedIn, and where is the potential for the revenue or the profitability, right?
Yeah, I think brands are going to win when they understand that creators are not individuals anymore. That they have to start treating them, and creators have to start treating themselves as the business, like Amanda said, that they are. But at the same time, it's not only the financial structure, which needs to come up, like just like how you have your 401k for a normal payroll person, has to come from the brand perspective. But at the same time, brands, agencies, company that understand and onboard creators and offer that financial wellness piece, that is going to be key, because financial education, you mentioned the word wealth. Financial education, it is going to assure that your creator is not only receiving a paycheck, quote unquote paycheck, or a contract, it's actually starting to create wealth. So brands that understand that that's important to the creator, that's the brands that are going to win.
Well, Amanda, I know you have to run to be a business baddie on another panel right now. So we're going to segue because to continue on that conversation, I think especially if you're a content creator that's a business owner that or maybe are a woman that or of diverse background or have insecurities in general as a whole, there's a lot to unpack with how you kind of start that mentality and journey. And there's some other questions we want to dive into. So we'll let you hop off to what you need to do. And we're going to take a quick pause, guys, and we'll go ahead and do a quick switch. So we're not stopping rolling. So we're just going to let it roll for just a second and we'll keep going. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Yes, thank you so much.
My friend.
All right.
Good luck.
I will
Good
meet
luck.
you there.
Yes, of course. And Rita, good luck with your
Thank
day.
you. Oh, did you want to stay or no? You're
Yes,
gonna
yes,
stay?
I will check.
So
Okay,
now
good.
you'll keep
We'll
going.
keep going. Yeah.
that's
All right.
good.
Great.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you so much.
Thanks, Rita.
Bye.
I was gonna give you a hug, but I know
Okay,
you're
bye.
busy. Bye. Bye. Thank you, Sebastian. Take care.
Bye. Do you want me to just sit right there? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because you're fine there.
Okay.
Adjust a little bit.
Thanks, guys, for waiting.
There you go.
Okay, great. So let's tap in really quickly to this concept.
Hello back.
Hello, guys, back. Thanks for that moment.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, right? Real and authentic here. That's been a really big theme that we've been hearing at Cannes, actually. But at Cannes, I have to say that better. Cannes.
Yeah.
I
it.
can't yell into the mic. The producer's gonna yell at me. So treating yourself as business.
Yeah.
When a large company comes to you, it can be really overwhelming in that moment when that opportunity arises if you have not yet personally, mentally, and financially prepared for that
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
So brand deal comes knocking at your door. What's the first thing you should be doing?
Right. So I think, like everything, there is a process to
Yeah.
do that. And from the financial perspective, we have to look at it from the mindset perspective and from the actual tools. What should you do? First, if you are a content creator, it is time that you start treating yourself as an entrepreneur. So have your business and have everything through your business. It's not only because it's, oh, I have a business, because it's tax advantage that you can take care of. But the mentality part, the habits part, is what is going to be triggering the most, because probably it's an amount of money that you were not used to, or in such a short period of time, or for a per post or whatever. So what you want to do is to understand that if you want to like if your business is for long term, this is going to be your new reality.
Mm.
It's not like one time off. And such, you have to treat your income that way. So sit down and think, okay, what is my cash flow? What are the goals that I'm trying to achieve? Where do I want to go with this? And please, please always take 30% away from that brand deal, because you will have to pay taxes
30%.
at least.
So when the check hits the bank,
At least put
Take it out.
30% aside, because you have to pay taxes.
Mhm.
So one of the data that I have, because I write for Forbes, one of the data that I have over and over and over again is that creators are feeling financial anxiety, like the highest level, come to April, which is when we have to file taxes. Come to April, everybody forgets that they made a lot of money. And now you have to come up with a $5,000 check, $10,000 check, depending on how much you did on your year.
14,000. Won't tell you how I know that number.
Exactly, right? So you have to understand from the beginning that you need a structure. And that's what you have to start working on.
Mm. So I think that it's amazing though that even within the creator space, I love the intersection between in B2B also subject matter experts like yourself also being able to share your own voice in your own platform outside of your day-to-day too. And so before we go into the next question, I just genuinely am curious, like how do you feel about this concept of a corporate content creator?
Such a good question. So I have interviewed a lot of corporate creators, and on the field myself as well. I think the industry is moving.
Mm.
And as women of color, as somebody that comes with a very diverse background, I think having your voice is part of your assets that has to be on your CV. Companies will move to adapt to that. Because before, if you think about it, before we had like all of the certifications, like I made this certification, I went to this education. I remember, so this is terrible because I remember I'm such a Excel girl, like Microsoft Excel. That was my thing. I've been doing.
Do you remember
Excel
when we used to
sheets.
brag about our words per minute on the keyboard?
I
Like I can
know.
type so fast.
I learned how to tab when I was 10 without looking. Like I was like, so all
It's
of
like
that,
cringe now
right?
to think about it, yeah.
All of that, you think about that, and I was like, okay, this is like attracting the
Right.
amazing role. Now, how is that protecting you right now from your career? Because layoff happens, changes happens. You have your asset, and that's your brand. Of course, work with the corporation that you are to see what you can share and when you cannot, and it's gonna be cringe about it, but I do think everybody needs to have a personal brand right now.
Mm.
Everybody needs to have that personal asset and that safety net, because it is a way to generate money, and it is a way to have that financial security when the main source of income goes away.
That's so true. I think diversifying your income
100%.
is important. Let's go back to the brand side and leadership side of this. So we've seen some data. It says 95% of marketing leaders
Mhm.
plan to maintain or increase their influencer budgets.
Yeah.
And from what and maybe what you're seeing too at Cannes, what we're seeing is that like the problem is I don't think they're understanding the long-term building of that
Yeah.
quite yet. It
Yeah.
seems like they're one-off campaigns or,
Mhm.
and from the creator side too, like that monthly recurring revenue is really important, right? And so there's this as we enter into this era, and focusing on the ROI of this, there needs to have this alignment needs to happen between brands understanding that there is long-term value and then continuing to build relationship and have
Yeah.
those opportunities. And then also on the creator side too, like being open to having things ready to pitch that, right?
Yeah.
But I want to hear your perspective on it. What
Mhm.
does the creator who wins in the next 5 years look like? And what do they need to be doing right now strategically so that they can line up that type of relationship with brands who do believe in the long-term play?
Right. That's a good question because I think the creator that will win is the one that has created a system around the creativity.
A
So,
system.
yes. So, with a system, I mean, going back to business, with a system is knowing that you have to have a pipeline, you have to pitch, you have to, go on sales, but you also have a backup system of accounting, bookkeeping, administrative, understanding that this is a whole ecosystem. And when you have a system in place, you have time to go out and do the creative things that you like to do. What I've seen a lot, especially here in Cannes, is that more creators are understanding that.
Mm.
More creators are calling themselves businesses and I'm building businesses because of the same reason.
I've heard creatorpreneur. Have you heard that?
Creatorpreneur. Yes,
Yeah.
I heard that. But you know what? My fear is that they get attracted to the shining object, which is the
Mm.
brand deals and the partnership, part of the creativepreneur, and not the responsibility that comes with it.
Ooh, preach on
Right.
that.
So it's having a business is not an easy thing.
Girl, as a business owner.
Exactly. It's not
It's-
sexy.
It's not
Right.
cute.
It's
Okay.
not cute. It's not sexy. It's not what makes it not sexy is that you have to think long term.
Mhm.
And you have to think about KPIs, like what are my metrics? And you have it like what we said with Curtis. I'm not coming here just because I want to wear nice dresses and be at the beach.
We're not here trying to flex on the crossette. Okay.
Right.
Like we're standing on business.
Exactly. So
Right.
every decision that I make has to be through that lens.
I was just telling my husband that
Yeah.
like yesterday, like time is money here.
Yeah.
And I feel like can time is like dog years. Like 1 minute is like is
Dog
like
years,
is
yeah.
like 3 hours in normal time
Yeah.
because of everyone that you meet, what you do, everything comes at a
And
cost.
everybody has their own schedule and their own
Yes.
agenda. So every time, so it's not only time, but it's energy. You are
Mhm.
so tired, and the heat.
Yes.
It's like
The heat.
exactly.
I'm from Florida. I thought I was ready, but if you have can FOMO, like, and you're in AC right now in the US, like, be cozy, be happy, okay? But no,
Yeah.
but we're grateful to be here, and I think
Yeah.
what we're seeing overall, like, is the shift. And just to shout you out for a second, I really respect what you're doing. Like,
Thank you.
as a fellow podcaster and business owner myself, I see what you're doing out there, and you treat it like a business. And what happens is what you put out energy wise is the
Yeah.
respect that you get back, right?
Thank you.
And so, especially helping women in this
Yeah.
space too, I feel like, talking about, we joke about what we wear and what we look, but there's so much pressure on us as well as female creators to look and act a certain way.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the money side
Yeah.
of what we need to do to invest in addition to, and we're not hating on the
The women
guys here. All right.
tax.
Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, the
But
women
the
tax.
women tax of like,
Yeah.
getting an outfit, getting your hair done, like
Yeah.
all of that, like just, what encouragement and just
Yeah.
inspiration would you provide to the person that is not only stuck on that, but they're also stuck on and I need a system and I needed this
Yeah.
and I'm just overwhelmed. Like what would you pour into that person?
I think it's just take one thing at a time, and it's a lot. I'm telling you, I got here to Cannes overwhelmed because I didn't have my nails done, because I didn't have a proper dress for the panel I was doing. I was like, I don't have daycare for already 3 weeks, and my house was a mess. I'm like, I just need to step on the plane, get to Cannes, and I will figure out. And so I did that. Just take one step at a time, but do understand that these are seasons. So everything on the business comes with seasons. This is the season to grind. This is the season to go network, do your contacts, get your value. If you pay for the festival pass, you at least have to have something to make up for that $1,250 that you pay as a creator. It's something, right?
We need to be hiring her as a financial advisor to creators.
You know
what
what?
we need to be doing. Okay,
What we're gonna do, Curtis, I'm not just here, but this is what I want Social Sprout to do for next year. Let's prepare the creators financially a month ago,
Yeah.
2 months ago. What do we have to do so we are not starving? Because that's what I'm being hearing on the street. So I'm interviewing ladies like, okay, how much did you spend? Most of them is like, I'm eating very light.
Yeah.
Of course, because
Also,
that's
why
what you
the
can
Ubers out
control.
here crazy? Uber, Bolt, whatever. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, we'll powwow on
Yes.
that later.
So just take one day at a time. It can be overwhelming. I'm not gonna tell you otherwise. It is overwhelming. It is
But in
a lot.
spite of that,
Exactly. In spite of that, what you can do is to control what you can control. So if that is taking care of your hair today, that's it. And that is it. And go out and have the conversation. As well, everybody's doing their own thing. They don't really care.
yeah,
They just don't. If you are meeting like somebody, clients, but of course,
mhm.
it's your presentation, whatever. But otherwise, everybody's going through the same heat. So it's just like,
Mhm.
okay, girl, just come and do whatever you need to do. We will see after this.
To kind of round out this conversation, first of all, thank you so much for taking
Yeah,
your
thank you for
valuable time out of
having
your
me.
day for being on here. You guys, you got to check out her podcast. Absolutely. So before I leave you with the last question, tell me about your podcast. So
Yeah.
where can people find that?
Yes. So wherever you're listening to this or whatever podcast stream, you can find us at Brown Way to Money. And you can find us in social media at Brown Way to Money for the podcast, or my social media is Alejandra Rojas that money. But go and listen to us, because my whole point is to share stories, money stories, what has shaped us with money through childhood, womanhood, and motherhood, so that we can create financial independence as women of color. This is what we love to do. We are in a creative economy.
Casually making a difference. Yeah, we're just
Casually, my
casually.
goodness.
No, I think that's exceptional. And I just wanted to shout that out, especially for any female creators or anybody. I think money advice goes to anybody, to be
Yeah.
honest with you,
Yes.
anybody
Yeah.
watching. But I want to leave you with this. When you leave from Cannes
Mhm.
this week, what is the one thing you hope you will take away with you, or you will leave with? And what do you think the feeling you will have will be what will that moment be if you were satisfied and be like, I've done it right? What would that feeling be, and what would that scenario be?
I think, well, I'm leaving tomorrow very early, but I think I already have that feeling. So I came to Cannes trying to understand the creator economy in terms of how human it is and how money is going to support that and should support that. And I already got that understanding, and I have that feeling of satisfaction of understanding that there are different players that need to come together, but not from the perspective of you should do A, B, and C, but more from the perspective of let me listen to what you have to say, because it's such a new industry that we will be doing a disservice to the industry if we get overshadowed by the old rules. We have we are in such a unique opportunity right now as an industry to understand that this is a different kind of monster and that we have to adapt to it and then start creating from that. And I got that understanding. I got that insight. Also, I saw Oprah. So I'm
Girl,
like,
I
okay,
saw Oprah
now-
too, and I was like, I'm happy, right?
I have not met one celebrity, not one on the
I
street.
met one on the
You
street
did?
this
Which
morning, Huda.
Oh,
And
really?
And it was a sign from the universe for me
Girl,
personally, as
girl.
somebody that loves interviewing and
Yeah,
media. And I bumped
yeah.
into her, and I was like, wow.
She's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Oprah. No, yes, it was Oprah and Kiki
Yeah.
at the YouTube. I'm like,
Like,
where?
what-
Like
where
I'm
are you
here.
finding these
Like
people?
I'm here, but
Where are we at? But
Exactly.
but you know what? We're booked and we're busy and we're trying to
We
get
are booked.
contests. But maybe Oprah would meet us and then give us an opportunity of a
Oprah,
lifetime.
come
I
to
don't
me.
know.
I'm ready for that selfie. I'm ready for that selfie.
You know what? I think we deserve at some point a follow up on this, because as somebody that's in
Yeah.
the finance world and your subject matter on this, like you said, the creator economy is the key word there. It's new. There's money there. And since it's new and it's kind of changing the way that we're doing things, we're going to need folks that understand a thing or two about
Yeah.
being a creator and money to guide us and be voices and people to lean on, and also to be people to speak out on behalf. I love this community, the Sprout Social community. I mean, I can't believe that, a few months ago, I didn't know who or what I'd be doing, or even, I wasn't even 50%. I don't know. There was lots of questions. And now we're here. We're in a studio. We're in France.
Yeah.
We're talking to each other. We're connecting. For me, my one takeaway is regardless of where you feel you're at right now in your business or as a creator, or maybe in your role as a marketer in a brand, they're throwing you briefs, you got to do social media. I think the one thing that I would say is be brave enough to try. Be brave
Yes.
enough to try. And when things feel shaky or unwell, find that community, find people to lean on.
Yeah.
And I know you feel the same way
Yeah,
about that.
Absolutely.
And tell me, for, as we wrap up this, what's been the most beautiful part for you doing your show and finding your amazing community?
I think the community itself.
Yeah.
I think hearing their stories, hearing that we all have things to deal with, and that I'm providing a space for them to open up in conversations that probably they would never talk about otherwise. That has been the most fulfilling part, and that I get to uplift those voices. That's very important to me. I'm not doing this for any other reason than understanding that women of color need a space.
And I think, especially women of color, I think everyone needs to have a space in a creators too. So maybe, Curtis, I don't know if you're watching this somewhere, maybe we need a segment that we do ongoing called Creator Confessions,
There you go.
where
you
we
go.
can bring on experts.
Creator confessions. Go, Rita.
Where we can
Good.
bring on experts like
Yeah.
my girl here
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do real talk dissection with people and all sorts of folks from different experts and get that backing. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. I can, right? Like you said, you got to shoot your
you
shot.
gotta shoot your shot. Yeah.
Shoot your shot. All right. It's been a pleasure, girl. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Rita.
That's a wrap, y'all. Bye from
Bye,
wherever.
everybody.
Bye. Sebastian, my producer. Can you cut? Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was amazing.